welcome back to Temple of Elemental Evil. This is going to be turn 4. And so we'll begin with Talon. She's over here, our human ranger. And she is going to do, I believe, an attack first. And so she's going to use her longbow, which is attack one monster within 2 tiles of your hero. Your hero may not use this attack against an adjacent monster. It's a +8 and will do 1 damage. And because the Earth Cultist is not under her control, she will not get the +1 damage from her special favored enemy ability. But let's roll the dice and see if she can hit the Earth Cultist at all. Alright, so Talon gets a +8 and she is going to need 16. And she rolls a 19, so that's pretty awesome. Definitely overcoming the Earth Cultist hit point or armor class to do 1 damage. So we're going to put a damage token on him. He has 2 health points. So in this instance, when we damage a monster, we put one of these little monster health damage tokens on them to signify he has 1 damage. And now Talon can move. And she has a movement speed of 6. And I really want to get her to the edge of a tile. So she's just going to blow right through this trap space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yes, she walked right over the trap. So we have to find out what happened. If it was an actual trap or possibly... Oh, it was... This time she triggered an arrow trap, and so she takes 2 damage for going across that. I guess that wasn't the brightest move, but there you have it. She now has 6 damage. She only has 8 hit points. 2 more damage, and she is going to be knocked out. So she's going to be a little bit more careful from now on. I'm just going to readjust the camera, and we're going to get to the exploration phase. Alright, so in the exploration phase, she is adjacent to an unexplored space. So we pick a tile and we find the pool of Olhydra. Oh, give it a rest. There's 1, 2, 3 monster symbols on this tile. That means she's going to be drawing 3 monsters. Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, let's get drawing them. Monster number 1 is a fire cultist, and so we're going to find the fire cultist and we're going to place him down on the board. So we'll put him in the first monster token space. Wow. And we're going to draw another monster card, and it's going to be an air cultist. Wow, it's going to be cultists coming out of everywhere. The air cultist we'll put here. And yes, a third monster, and the third monster is going to be a troglodyte. So wow, just crazy amounts of monsters, and unfortunately they are all going to activate. So we have a white triangle, which means we are not going to have an event happen, which like we need one, but we do have 1, 2, 3 monsters all under Talon's control. First up is the fire cultist. So let's take a look at the fire cultist. His tactics is if the fire cultist is within 1 tile of a hero, which he is, he moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a flaming sphere. So he gets +1 to hit, and he does 1 damage. And he's going to move, we'll move him right here adjacent to Talon. And let's get out the dice tray, and he's going to roll at a +6 to see if he can hit. All right, so the fire cultist +6 rolls a 2. Well, that's good. That's a total of 8. And Talon's armor class 15. He does not hit. Let's go back to the board and activate the next monster, which is the air cultist. All right, so up next is the air cultist, and he says, if the air cultist is within 1 tile, the hero attacks the closest hero with a blinding crossbow bolt, and he has +4, would do 1 damage, and give Talon a disadvantage token. So let's roll the dice for the air cultist who will be shooting at Talon. All right, so the air cultist has +4, rolls a 13, +4 is 17, and Talon's armor class 15, so yes, Talon is going to take a damage. That is 7 damage out of 8 hit points, and she gets a disadvantage token. And I'll show you that because it's the first time we've seen this. The disadvantage token says the next time you make an attack, you roll the dice twice and you use the lower result, then you discard this token. So Talon gets a disadvantage token, and she takes one more wound. This is all bad news. Back to the board, and up next, the Troglodyte. All right, so the Troglodyte is here, and let's take a look at his tactics. It says, if the Troglodyte is within one tile, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks the hero with its diseased claws. Its special ability is Stealth. It says, a hero that begins his or her hero phase adjacent to the Troglodyte gains disadvantage. Ooh, not good. Well, already Talon has disadvantage, so he's going to move adjacent. We might as well leave him here. And he's going to attack with a +5. So let's roll the dice. See if the Troglodyte is going to knock Talon out. Okay, so the Troglodyte +5 rolls an 8. 8 and 5 is only 13, and Talon's armor class is 15, so the Troglodyte misses. So wow. Talon is down to 1 hit point. Let's go back to the board. All right, so that is going to end Talon's turn. She is in a bad way. She has 1 hit point left. She has a disadvantage token. But now it is Alleros' time, who is right up here. And we're going to take a look at his cards and abilities and decide what he is going to do for his turn. All right, so now it is time for Alleros to go, and the first thing he's going to do, he's going to move only 1 space right beside the Earth cultist here, and he is going to use one of his utility powers, which you'll have to flip over once he uses it, Daring Shout. It says, use during your hero phase, which is now. Choose up to 3 monsters within 1 tile of your hero and place them adjacent to your hero. So, of course, there's a reason for that. So this is 1 tile away. He's going to take the Fire Cultist, put him on adjacent here, the Troglodyte over on the other side, and the Air Cultist here. So they are all adjacent to him. And now he is going to use his daily power, which is called Sweeping Attack. It says, attack each adjacent monster. 1 hero on your hero's tile gains advantage. So Talon is on his tile. She's going to gain advantage. She has a disadvantage token, though. So it's going to go away because the advantage token and the disadvantage token cancel each other out. So she's back to normal now, neither advantaged nor disadvantaged. And if we look at this card, it's basically a +8 to hit. It does 2 damage if you hit and 1 damage if you miss. And so by looking at that, we don't even need to roll the dice because every monster around Alleros and that sweeping attack lets him attack every adjacent monster on his tile. Attack each adjacent monster, so that's all 4 of them. And even if he misses all rolls, so we won't roll the dice, he's going to do 1 damage at least to every single one of them. And that means every single one of them is going to be taken out. So that's just, he just does a major maneuver and wipes out every single one of the monsters, the cultists, troglodytes in the area. Now he does suffer 1 wound for the Fire Cultist special ability, and that is, oh no, it's, hang on, it says when the Fire Cultist is defeated, each hero on the Fire Cultist tile. The Fire Cultist was on this tile, not on the hero's tile, and so Alleros is not going to take a hit point of damage. That's why I did it that way, obviously. But we're still not in the greatest of shape. That's going to add a ton of experience into the mix, and of course now Alleros did not explore at the edge of a tile, so he is going to have to draw an encounter card. And so we draw an encounter card, and it is Rage of Imix. Place a Rage of Imix token on your hero's tile. Each hero on a tile with a Rage of Imix token takes 2 damage. Well, we have a ton of experience with all of the cultists and stuff we have killed. In fact, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. We have 13 experience built up right now. So we're going to take the Earth Cultist and the Fire Cultist. That's a total of 5 experience. And we're going to cancel that encounter card. So it basically didn't happen. All right, we're both, Talon and Alleros, still alive. And now, of course, Alleros would activate any monsters under his control, but there's no monsters left on the board because he basically slayed them all. All right, that's going to be the end of turn 4. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. That was brutal, getting 3 monsters at once. We somehow are still alive. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join me next time for turn 5 of Temple of Elemental Evil, the Dungeons & Dragons adventure board game, 4th in the series, put out by Wizards of the Coast and WizKids. All right, thanks for watching. Join me next time.